What is going on, Raptors Nation? It is Luca here, back with another post-game video. The Toronto Raptors lose 113 to 103 as the Raptors have lost 6 games in a row. It is the longest active losing streak in the NBA. We're going to talk about this game, guys. Please do me a solid, hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more Raptors content just like this. So the Magic and the Raptors began their mini 2-game set here. This game played in Toronto. Raptors returning home after the 4-game road trip, a road trip in which they lost all 4 of their games. The second game of this mini 2-game series will be played Sunday in Orlando. And I'm actually going to be going live after that one with Matthew Valento. We're going to switch it up here for the last 15 games of the season, implement a couple of live post-game lives and go with that. So you look at this game in particular, guys. First things first, very emotional game. The tragic news that was released to the public yesterday involving RJ Barrett's younger brother, Nathan, passing away as the Raptors and Canada Basketball put out a statement on Thursday that Nathan died Tuesday. And before the game, Darko Rakovic said that Barrett will be given as much time as he needs following the death of his younger brother, Nathan Barrett. And I just want to give my condolences and prayers to RJ Barrett and his family. RJ Barrett, he's going to be away from the team for the foreseeable future as he mourns the loss of his younger brother. As the Toronto Raptors, you look at them in this one, guys, they were shorthanded as they were without RJ, All-Star Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, Chris Boucher, DJ Chardon, and the Raptors, they did get Gary Trent Jr. back, and Gary Trent Jr., he was the guy that almost had the Raptors making this game interesting. I mean, Gary Trent Jr., he had a season-high 31 points, and he was the best Raptors starter in this one, as Emmanuel Quickley did have 10 points, 10 assists. Quickley has a career high 8 games with 10 or more assists this season. So it's nice to see Quickley getting his facilitating going in Toronto. He's obviously been doing a great job overall since the All-Star break. But you look at Toronto, guys, I mean, they did make this game interesting, but then Orlando, they buckled down defensively. This is a very sound defensive team, and they were able to just neutralize the Raptors as Orlando able to pull away in that third quarter, outscoring the Raptors 34-25. And then, the Raptors, like I said, they tried to make up ground, make this a game, but Orlando was just too much as Gary Trent Jr., he led all scorers with 31, but didn't have much help around him as Olynyk Quickly, they finished both with 10. The Raptors did get 14 from Wara, 12 from Brown, and Ramsey had 10 points. It was nice seeing Ramsey have a nice outing in this one in 18 minutes, very efficient, 5 rebounds. And in terms of the starters, I mean, Abaji, Grady Dick both struggled, both of them finishing in single digits, 8 points. The stats here, guys, Orlando shot it just a little bit better than Toronto from the field. You look at 3-point percentage, Magic 45%, Raptors 41%. Rebounds were pretty identical. Raptors actually were +1 in that department. Assists, the Magic were +1. And then fast break points. The Raptors actually feasted on fast break points, which was a big reason why they made this game interesting early. 37-13 on the fast break. Magic were +10 in points in the paint. And then the Magic led by as many as 19. The Raptors did have a 9-point lead at one point, and it did look like the Raptors were maybe going to pull off the upset here. As shorthanded as they were going up against the playoff team in the Magic, the Raptors, they definitely gave the Magic a little bit of a tough challenge early on before, like I said, the Magic just buckled down and ended up winning this game by pulling away as Toronto did lead 69-67 after that Wara 3-pointer with 4:26 left in the third. But then the Magic, they answered with a 14-0 run. And once they took that 84-73 lead to the fourth, they did not look back. And that was basically the turning point of this game. When the Magic made that run, this game was essentially over. As the Raptors, like I said, lost 6 games in a row now. Longest active losing streak in the NBA. And we know this team, it's looking evident that they are tanking. They're officially tied now with the Memphis Grizzlies for the 6th worst record in the NBA. Both teams have 15 games remaining. So it's going to be interesting to see how many more games the Raptors are able to drop here. We could see this losing streak get up there. I mean, with the way the Raptors have been dropping games, it would not surprise me if this losing streak continues. I mean, the Raptors' next 3 games, you're looking at the Magic, the Kings, the Thunder, so all playoff teams. 9-game losing streak potentially after those games before the Raptors would then take on the Wizards and the Nets. So this thing could get up to 9, and maybe we see the Raptors beat the Wizards or Nets, or else this thing can keep on going higher and higher because the Raptors do have a few weaker opponents coming up. Wizards, Nets. They got the Wizards again. But outside of, and they have actually the Wizards 2 more times, the Nets 2 more times. But then outside of that, so basically call it 11 of the Raptors' 15 remaining games are going to be against playoff teams. And then 4 of the 15, 2 against the Wizards, 2 against the Nets. So set the over-under, folks. Raptors, can they get 3 more wins before the end of the season? That's a pretty fun over-under game to play at this point because wins have definitely been a chore to come by for this team that clearly has its sights set at this point of trying to keep their 2024 first-round pick. And I went more in detail about the odds of the Raptors trying to keep their pick, if that is indeed their plan, which is looking like it's their plan for the final stretch here. I did a pod on that the other day. Definitely go check that out, as I also talked about Scotty Barnes providing an update on his hand. Does not seem like Barnes is going to be back for the season, nor is Pirtle. And then I talked about Emmanuel Quickly's next contract. As Quickly, I mean, it's looking like he's going to get paid. Quickly, I know he didn't have it tonight in terms of the offensive production, but I really like that he continues to rack up those assists and be that facilitator that you want him to be, leading the charge at point guard for this Raptors team. So the next 15 games, guys, is going to be about, individual players, the young guys really making a print with this team. Can Grady Dick get into a rhythm as a starter? Abaji has been struggling from the field. I know his defense has been there, but his offense, you want to see him pick it up there. Definitely. And then, can some guys from off the bench make a good impression? Ramsey, who just got locked up to another 10-day contract. Can he earn himself a contract by the end of this 10-day? Porter, he's been playing. He had 27 minutes in this one, did have 0 points, rough outing for him offensively. And then you got Wara. So it's going to be interesting to see which guys step up with the Raptors being severely shorthanded. Scotty's not coming back. Pirtle is not coming back. RJ is going to be out, you would think, for the rest of the season as the Raptors give him as much time as he needs. So there's going to be a big focal point on some of those names that I just mentioned. And a Gary Trent Jr. too, right? He's obviously playing for a contract this summer. Can he get on a heater? 31 points tonight. He wants to get paid this summer, whether it's with the Raptors or another team. So it's going to come down to these individual performances and guys showing their worth down the stretch here. So that is going to conclude today's post-game show, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Raptors Nation, hit a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.